So, uh, in this video, let's look about function returning stuff. So, actually, you have already seen about returning stuff, right? So, if you had taken this hypotenuse, like HYP, okay, so this actually returns something, and you might have never even realized, like, this returns something. And let me just load it. And if I just put, like, okay, uh, hypo hypotenuse 3 and 4. This in fact returns 5. Okay, so but you would have never really noticed. But yeah, like officially I need to say about what is return and how function returns stuff. So that's this video is about. Okay, so yeah. So think of a mathematical function. So you've got this f of x as x squared plus 2, and plug in 7, this x squared will be 49 plus 2 will be 51, right? So that's how it is. So mathematically functions return, and even in Clojure, functions return, right? So like, okay, so let me just copy this title and put a new file, right? Okay. Okay, so this is functions returning something, right? So let me just create a function define, right? And then let me just put something called add, and then that's it, nothing else, right? Now let me just call this add, right? Okay, and it returns nothing. That means it's nil. Okay, so nothing means nil in computers. Actually, there is really, you can't say there is nothing inside computers. It has been represented as nil. So nil is actually something, but we consider it as nothing. So or the computer considers it as nothing, right? Okay, so that's how it is. And so now let's put, like, okay, let's make it accept two arguments. And over here, like, let's say, like, okay, like, now we'll just put plus a and b. Okay, so actually what happens is, okay, let me just execute. Okay, so add, and then 3 and 4, and you just get 7, right? So actually, what happens is this three is being captured by A and four is being captured by B, and this one goes to this plus sign. And okay, once again, to this plus, this 3 and 4 goes. Okay, so this plus returns 7, and that comes to this function add, and this returns 7. Okay, so that's how it is. So yes, that's how it works. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, like. I think I would have explained about what plus is doing, and it's returning 15 over here, giving multiple arguments and all those things. Okay. So now let me just write another function called what it returns. Let me just copy it. Right. What it returns. And let me just paste it. So here I've got function do math. Okay. So, and of course, Calva is rightly underlining it and saying that this is unused value. Okay, you will understand why. Okay, so I'm just loading this do math, and over here, if I just call do math, okay, yeah, let me just execute this itself. Why should I type it again? So if I just give do math 5 3, it returns 15. Okay, then what happens to this plus a? It's not being used, it's just been thrown out. Okay, so that's the thing. Even though if it's been computed, it's not been used. So that's why Calva is what to say, saying like, okay, look, you are computing this thing, but it's this value is being used nowhere. So that's what it's saying. So whatever is the last statement in a function, that's what gets returned. And even if you do prior computations, it gets thrown out. So that's how it is, right? So you need to remember that it doesn't mean that it will return 8 as well as 15 over here, like if you pass 3 and 5 or 5 and 3, whatever it is, right? So you need to remember that. Okay, so that's the thing, right? And similarly, like, yeah, what it returns over here, like I've explained another thing. Okay, I'll explain it right over here, right? So over here you're just swapping the star and plus. Okay, so now what it will return, this value gets thrown out and only this gets returned, right? So That's how it is. So whatever is at last, that's what gets returned, right? So yeah. Mm, okay. So this is all about returning values, and yeah, this is how you return values and in a function. So whatever is at last gets returned, and that's how it is. And what this returns go to this function, and it returns as to uh, and yeah, this finally returns it to the REPL or whatever it is, whatever your to whatever other thing it must pass. So it returns value to that. Okay, so maybe I can just put something like, okay, like println, and then do math 7 and 3, and so if I just execute, it's returning. It's actually not returning. Okay, so what happens is, okay, the 7 and 3 goes over here, and plus 7 and 3 is 10, but it's thrown out. Look, because only the last statement gets returned. Over here, like 7 star 3 happens, and or star 7 3 happens. So this returns 21. So it's so this do math captures it and returns it to the println. Prints to the terminal. Actually, println returns nothing. That's why it just puts nil. So this do math is now returning to this println. Okay, so that's the thing, right? And println is returning nothing, so it prints. So it finally puts nil. This is my return value, but before that it prints 21, right? So that's how it is, right? So yeah, returning stuff is very small thing, and so yeah, I just finish it quickly. So until we meet in next video, bye.